Hi, Emma Davis here, Veterinary Career and Business Coach. I am talking today on Insta and Facebook Live about, day one of 30 days live with me. And I'm not sure if Insta's working, but anyway, I'll cope with that. I'll invite some friends along and I will see who we can join today. And yeah, so today our topic is how to set healthy boundaries and know yourself to set yourself up for success in practice. So I am a living example of how not to do veterinary practice when you set out. And I've learned so much about myself through my journey as a veterinarian. I graduated in 2001 from Sydney University, and I have lived through a number of transitions in my career and enjoyed and learnt from each of them. And now I'm coaching people on their veterinary journey and their veterinary career and their veterinary business. Start saying that over and over again. It's hard to get your tongue around. So I am coaching people one-on-one and also around their businesses and having great success because while some of us are super smart intellectually, that didn't help me in my vet journey. It's funny, isn't it? Like book smart. I was really, really book smart, but practical smart and looking after myself smart, that wasn't there. And so when I ventured out into practice, I was like a scared rabbit. Externally, very confident. I'm a extroverted personality. I was a little bit older than your average grad, but internally I was an absolute total mess and I didn't set myself up for success. And bumbled through and carried a huge concern about, that I might be making mistakes, and the fear around making mistakes, knowing what I know now about my life and how I work, set my body into fight or flight mode. And so I was constantly under the pump and creating extra pressure for myself because I didn't have a good understanding about myself, how I work, how I function, I didn't have an acceptance of who I am, and I had pushed myself so hard for so many reasons. And yeah, so anyway, so enough about me. I'm here to talk about you. So what's the problem? The problem is that we are training really hard as vets and then we're leaving the profession 5 years in. Okay, and it's too much work to do that. It's too much work to have a 5 to 8 year degree and the costs associated with that. And most of us have, wanted that for a long, long time to be a veterinarian. And it's just so sad to then do 5 years in practice and burn out, or do it out of balance, or not get the balance right, I guess, and then feel like they have to leave. I'm not on the screen on Insta. Hi, Insta people. I'm not sure if it's taping over there. And so that's the problem. The problem is that, we invest heavily to get this degree, and then we're leaving the profession far too early. And so when I say leaving the profession, I'll just clarify. I mean not using your veterinary degree. Okay, and I'm uncertain whether people are actually not using the veterinary degree or they're just swapping over to different sectors of the profession. And so I think we need to establish that more in the leadership of our profession to understand, are we just all switching over to government, which is what I did, and I don't consider that leaving the profession, or are they actually, I did apply for a job in Telstra, that's another story, and that would have been leaving the profession fully. So funnily enough, I didn't get the job in Telstra because vets, or I, and lots of vets, don't know how to sell, and I needed to sell in Telstra. I've now learned how to sell. You can learn. But anyway, it's a funny story. Hi, thanks for the likes and loves. So where am I? Back on track. So how to establish good boundaries and set yourself up for success as you enter your veterinary career. So I've got 3 tips today on how you can do that. So new grads, early career vets, I'm talking to you, and the people who've been in the profession for 20 years, like me, you will know what I'm talking about. So tip 1 is, guys, you are the asset. As a veterinarian, you are the asset. Okay, you might not feel like you're the asset when you walk out into practice. You might feel like everybody else is much more experienced than you, that what else? That your knowledge is lacking, that you don't have that interpersonal ease yet with clients and with even with animals. You should have had some hands-on experience with animals, but I know some of the unis are not even giving people that hands-on experience with animals at the minute because of pressures on the uni sector. I know, I understand university people, I understand why. But so you feel like you're the baby, but you are the asset, and you need to treat yourself as the asset from day one. Okay, you train people how to treat you, and that is one of the strongest messages I've learned through all of the mentoring and coaching that I've received over the last couple of years, investing in myself and my career to launch these businesses I'm running, is that you train people how to treat you. So from day one, or before day one, you even get to the job, think about how you would like your veterinary career to be and set yourself up for success. You are the asset, and you need to treat yourself as the asset. You need to look after yourself, and you need to establish healthy boundaries so that you can function really well at the top of your game and be the vet that you want to be. Okay, so how do you treat yourself as the asset? I've told you that you are the asset. How do you do that? So how you treat yourself as the asset is, what I mean by, so maybe don't understand what I mean as what the asset is. There would be no veterinary business if we didn't have veterinarians. Okay, full stop. There is no veterinary business without a veterinarian. Okay, we are the ones who are legislated to do acts of veterinary science, and we have a responsibility that we've trained really hard for and worked really hard for, and we take really seriously. And we need to protect that. We need to protect us and protect our investment in ourselves, and maybe our parents' investment in ourselves or other people's, and treat ourselves as a precious asset, because we are. How you do that? You spend time with people who understand the value of veterinarians. Okay, so tip 1 is treat yourself as the asset, even if you don't feel like it. Tip 2 is seek out the people in your profession and your personal life who understand that veterinarians are valuable to society, and hang out with those guys. Tony Robbins and those people will say that you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So be very selective about who you spend time with. You will find amazing mentors through the AVA, the Veterinary Association in Australia or in your country, who understand the value of vets because they're actively advocating for them. You will find, that kind of respect and understanding of the role in senior mentors, in a veterinary career coach, say, in performance coaches, people who are living the life that you actually want to live and who you look up to. And if they have something special about their veterinary career and you would like to emulate it, then hang out with those people. So that's tip 2 on how to establish healthy boundaries and set yourself up for success. And tip 3 is if you're thinking of yourself as an asset and you're thinking very carefully about who you spend time with, then you're pretty much setting yourself up in your own hands-on residency. Okay, so you are managing your first couple of years in veterinary practice, and you have to manage them really carefully. So you have to have a pre-established idea about your standards that you want to uphold. I'm coaching lots of people, and there will be lots of people out there who don't understand the vet's value and who don't respect standards. And they might be an employer, they might be people that you're working with, their animal, they're your client. But anyway, there's lots of people who are going to challenge you, but you have to establish your own standards and you have to stick with them. And again, you're training people how to treat you. And also part of that is to set yourself up for financial success, and so you can do vet in a measured way. I have run out of time for today. and I will talk to you more each day for the next 30 days on 30 Days Live with Dr. Emma Davis, the vet, or a vet, or whatever you want to say. And I look forward to joining you then. So again, how do you set yourself up for success? To set healthy boundaries, treat yourself as the asset, even if you don't feel like you are the asset. Treat yourself like a precious asset. Spend time with the people who understand your value and who respect you as that precious asset. And manage the first couple of years of your career pretty much like you're managing a perfect residency of experience, and set yourself up financially and however else with your support structures so that you can do vet in a measured way, so that we can get you a successful start in this amazing profession. Okay, guys, love your veterinary career. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.